All right, let's talk about something we do all the time, usually without giving it a second thought: ordering food at a restaurant. But have you ever stopped to wonder how that simple conversation, often with a total stranger, goes so smoothly pretty much every single time? Well, it turns out there's a hidden script at play. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on it.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You and a server, two people who've likely never met, have this super fast exchange of very specific information with special requests, questions, the whole thing. And then, almost like magic, the exact meal you pictured in your head arrives at your table. How is that even possible? Well, here's the secret. Ordering food isn't just a casual chat. It's actually a performance. It's guided by this powerful, unwritten set of rules, an invisible script that all of us just kind of know how to follow. Now, there's a formal name for this. It's called a social script. You can think of it like a mental blueprint or a cheat sheet that tells us how to act, what to say, and what to expect from the other person in a situation like this. It basically removes all the guesswork and makes the whole interaction incredibly efficient. And inside this script, we each have a very clear role to play. As the customer, your main goal is to figure out what you want and say it clearly. The waiter's goal? To help you do that and to write down an absolutely accurate order. You're not on opposite sides. You're actually a team working together to get the order right. So you know every good performance needs a solid beginning. Let's break down how this script gets started with the opening act. This is all about setting the stage for everything that comes next. And this first act unfolds in a way that's so predictable, it's almost comforting, right? First, someone greets you at the door. Then you get to your table and have a second to settle in. And all of this leads up to that crucial opening line from your server, which, you guessed it, almost always starts with drinks.
And there it is, that classic line. Now, this question is a massive cue in the script. It's doing so much more than just asking about beverages. It's the official starting pistol for the service, it helps build a quick, friendly vibe, and it buys you a minute to look at the menu while they go get your water or soda.
Okay, so the opening act is done, maybe the drinks are on the way, and now the script moves us right into the main event. This is the core dialogue, the part where the actual ordering happens.
This part of the script is all about structure. It's a clear four-step dance. You state your main order. The server then asks for more details. How would you like that steak cooked? Then you make your special requests, the modifications. And the whole thing wraps up with that absolutely critical final step, the readback.
And this right here shows you exactly why we stick to the script. The first one, it's direct, it's efficient, everybody understands it. The second one, the creative approach, all that does is create confusion. It just ups the chances you're going to get a burger piled high with the one thing you didn't want. So here's the big takeaway. The goal of the restaurant script is not to win a poetry slam. Its entire purpose is to make sure the correct information gets from your brain to the kitchen with zero errors. It's a system that's all about function over flair. This part, the readback, is basically the script's built-in quality control system. It is the final, last chance moment for anyone to catch a mistake or a misunderstanding before that order goes to the kitchen. It's so simple, but it's an incredibly powerful way to prevent mistakes. So once the order is locked in, it's been confirmed, the script gives us a really clean ending to this whole part of the interaction. We can call this the graceful exit, and it signals that the ordering scene is officially over. And it's so simple, we honestly don't even notice it's happening. You, the customer, give that final confirmation, yep, that's perfect. The server says something pleasant like, great, I'll get that right in for you. And then they physically walk away. That retreat is what ends the scene.
And that clean break is actually really important, psychologically speaking. For you, it signals that the next thing to do is wait. And for the waiter, it frees them up to go help another table. It perfectly manages everybody's expectations without anyone having to say a single word about it.
So after breaking this all down, piece by piece, let's get to the big question. Why does any of this even matter? What's the big deal? Why is sticking to this boring, predictable script so powerful? Well, the benefits are actually huge. Following this script cuts down on social anxiety because, hey, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. It makes sure the order is accurate, it manages our expectations, and it builds this instant, easy rapport. It just makes the whole thing a smooth, pleasant experience for everyone. When you get right down to it, that's probably the best way to think about it. This shared invisible script is the social lubricant that lets the really complex gears of a busy restaurant just run smoothly. It makes sure we all get what we need with as little friction as possible. And that brings me to one last thought for you. The restaurant script is just one of dozens we follow every single day. So my question to you is, what other invisible scripts are you a part of? At the grocery store checkout, in a work meeting, or even just how you greet a neighbor on the street? Once you start looking for them, I promise, you'll start seeing these unwritten rules absolutely everywhere.